Hey guys, in today's video, we're gonna show you how to grill some epic pork tenderloin on the Weber gas grill. So let's do some prep work first, talk about ingredients, and then we'll head out and get that grill fired up. It's gonna be a magical day here in the studio. For the ingredients today, we're starting off with 2 amazing pork tenderloin. Now, I wanna make sure that these tenderloins don't have any injection or solution. So I went with all natural pork tenderloins. We're gonna show you how to trim them here in just a second. Adding flavor today, we're gonna use a little bit of my favorite bacon up bacon grease because bacon plus pork is absolutely heaven. And then we're gonna use a little bit of oink because, you know, oink plus bacon plus pork is pretty solid. And then I'll tell you what, a lot of different rubs and sauces available at your local Ace. Today we're going with that Blues Hog honey mustard. So we're gonna do some amazing, delicious honey mustard pork tenderloin. All right, so the key to taking off that silver skin is gonna be to have a really sharp knife. So I went ahead and grabbed my steel, sharpened my knife up a little bit, and I'm using a thin bladed knife just to make sure I have a little more precision when it comes to removing that silver skin that's right here. Now, the silver skin is that connective tissue. If you leave it on, it is gonna actually curve and bind up a little bit. So we wanna just make sure we remove that. So one of the things I like to do is carefully, I'll just wiggle the tip of the knife under that silver skin and like that. Then we'll go ahead and trim along the top. Now we want to make sure we're not removing a lot of meat. You may have a little oops here and there, but that is it right there, right? That's the silver skin we want to get off, and this is what you will see it looks like when it's done. So we'll keep doing this and get this finished here on pork tenderloin number 1 and pork tenderloin number 2. Then when we come back, we'll show you how to hit them with a little bacon up and get them all seasoned. We've got everything trimmed, and now it's time to go ahead and get it seasoned, right? So we're gonna add a little bit of that binder, and I have about a tablespoon. I'm gonna divide it between both of these guys. We'll get that out of the way here. Now, basically, all I'm gonna do is just go through and coat. But I'll tell you what, I'm also going to kind of roll it on the paper a little bit because that will help take off any of the excess, but it will also help kind of make it spread out a little bit even as well. So we'll go ahead and get this on here, and then we'll swap gloves, and we'll show you how we get it seasoned. We're gonna use our oink rub today. So like I said, I have this kind of all rolled and coated with that bacon up bacon grease. Now what I'm gonna do is get it coated with a light layer of the oink rub. Now, as we always say, season as light or as heavy as you prefer, but I'll pack that on just a little bit. I'll roll it on the side just a little bit. We'll make sure we get 100% coverage. So the trick of the day is going to be, if you want to supplement a little bit of smoke flavor, check it out. We've got some of those Weber apple chips and my favorite Weber smoker box. Look at this, hinged, so it opens up nice and easy. Now, what I'm gonna do is set this grill up for smoking. So I have the right grate in, I pulled the left grate out. I'm gonna put this right on top of that flavorizer bar. So we're gonna go ahead and get this preheated. We'll turn on burner number 1. We'll get that ignited. Burner number 2, get that one ignited. And burner number 3, we'll get that ignited as well. Now, we're gonna go ahead and close this, let this preheat. We're gonna be cooking today at 400 degrees. We are preheated at 400. It is time to add the pork tenderloins. Now, we're not gonna add any wood chips yet because we're gonna use those chips as that burst of finishing smoke. So we're gonna let this go for about 10 minutes on this first side. Then when it comes time to flip, we're gonna go ahead and add those chips to start supplementing a little bit of flavor. Right after 10 minutes, first thing we're gonna do is rotate these guys a little bit here. Look at that, getting some beautiful color. Now, time to add a handful of chips. Remember this, the more chips, the more smoke. So I'm gonna add 1 handful of chips, and you will notice, actually, I'm gonna add a handful and a half. As you notice, I haven't soaked these either. I put all my chips in dry. Gives me cleaner, smoother flavor. So we'll go ahead and close that down. Everything's set and ready to go, and we are gonna shut this now, let that smoke build. Okay, here we are after 15 minutes. Now, what I wanna do is go ahead and just take a quick little temperature check in here and see where we're at. And we are sitting right at 118 degrees. We're in a great spot. Our desired cooking temp today, doneness temperature, I should say, 145. So we'll close it, let it go for another 5 minutes. Okay, here we are right after 23 minutes. Time to give these a base. That internal temp hit 145 degrees, so we know we are in a good place. I'm gonna hit it with that Blues Hog honey mustard to give it a nice finish, but look at that. Little kiss of apple smoke, a little bit of honey mustard. Life is good. Done. Time to get it off the grill into the kitchen. Now it is time to slice into this and see how we did. And look at that, beautiful, juicy, hot and fast cooked pork tenderloin with a little bit of that apple smoke flavor as well. Another amazing pork dish. I'll tell you what, 22 minutes of cook time, followed by 5 minutes of resting, sliced into that, absolutely perfect with that nice touch of apple smoke. Now, if you're looking for some other things that go well with this pork, be sure to check out our Weber Crafted Roasting Basket video. That is coming up next.